welcome to the monthly reading for twin flame, twin soul, relationship, masculine, feminine, and what I am now calling you and your mirror. So you can use this reading for anything really. I think for now we're going to stick with masculine, feminine. Feels right to do that, though I am experiencing that the masculine, feminine is completely merged and everything is always an opportunity to see oneself within, and that's what relationship is about. This is what this reading is about. So yeah, just before I go on, I am live on my online Higher Love channel community. So if you are interested in genuinely living in the highest expression of love for yourself as an individual and your relationship and out into the world, because that's what it's also about, then Higher Love channel is live. If you're on Patreon, it's all moving onto there. All the daily cards, you have a daily card, you have a weekly mirror reading, this reading, masculine, feminine, however you want it to be. And there is also a monthly masterclass and meditation. So yeah, and there's also coaching. There's a coaching level, so you can have a session monthly and have coaching from me in anything. Anyway, a bit more shuffle. Nearly done. Feel like a bit of a shmush. Then we can go. Cool. So on we go for April. First card for the masculine on this side is the Four of Wands. Second card, Hermit. Third card, Three of Pentacles. Fourth card, Ace of Cups. First card for the feminine, Ten of Swords. Second card, Ten of Cups. Third card, Knight of Cups. Fourth card, Queen of Cups. Crown, feminine, root, masculine. Bottom of the deck is Death. Yes. I will be uploading soon my little premonitionary dream I had about this corona outbreak. And it was all around and triggered by the death card that came up in one of the weekly readings, actually the weekly reading of January the 26th, when coronavirus was, existing, so to speak, but it wasn't really impacting in the way that it has. And so yeah, death, transformation, transfiguration. Keep an eye out for that video because that's going to be uploaded over the next couple of days. So I feel as though that death is really related, that death card is really related to everything that's going on right now. This is a process of transformation, and it is a process of death, and that can mean we are dealing with physical death, but it's almost like it's saying don't allow people to die in vain. People are dying physically, but don't. This is the opportunity for us all to transform. Death is a doorway that shows us our changes of state, our transformation, how life is truly now. How everything is now. And so it's really important to embrace this experience. And I keep hearing, do not let people die in vain. You must transform. This is the death of the small self into the big self. It's really powerful. Oh, a bit dark. That death card. You can see it. Just take a good look. marching into new life. And I always love about this death card, we've got this 2 towers here that death is kind of marching into, with the sun shining, the sunrise. Keep going. March through this experience. Don't resist it. Don't mark it as wrong. Whatever's happening, just keep going. Be victorious through it, because that sun, that sunrise is there. That's what we find on the other side. And I always feel like that sun and those towers are somewhat connected and related to this first card on the masculine side, the 4 of Wands. So, you know, this is about union. This is about togetherness. This is really about this masculine, feminine joining, which I have been talking about. It's balance, marriage, house moves. This is all on the horizon, so to speak. This is about living in love. This is about living in love, in community together. And it's absolutely not just possible, but it is happening. It is happening now. It is happening in this card. It's present. There is, you know, time exists, as in, you know, we move through chronological time. Death is, it's a process, and we're moving towards this union. But at the same time, if it's all present in that card, it's here and now. So on that masculine side, it's really just a remembering of home. It's what it feels like. It's like, I want to come home. It really feels as though that 4 of Wands is about this kind of house moves, wanting to be home and to find spiritual home, physical home, material home, and you know, our spiritual home, our love. It's, you know, the wedding vow. It's kind of interesting because it's kind of saying that, you know, like I said, it kind of is in this future position, so to speak, but it happens now. We get clarity about who we want to be with and why. It's about weddings. It's about marriage. It's about union. It's about joining, and it's about togetherness. That clarity comes from this situation, this death experience. This death experience mirrored in this 10 of Swords on the feminine side. So again, this is kind of, it's difficult. This is about hardship, but this is about letting go. This is about feeling as though everything is almost too much. It's getting stabbed in the back by life. But it is the swords, and it is essentially just perspectives, just thoughts, just intellect. It's not, we're not losing anything solid. We're not losing anything true, so to speak. We're losing ideas. We're losing structures that we've created with our mind. She is losing those things, but we all are. But it's kind of, it's a bit like, it's going to feel like everything's too heavy, everything's too weighted. In general, that feminine energy, she hangs on too much to, I don't know, to thought. There's much more thought that goes on, much more kind of mental energy on that feminine side. And that causes a lot of anguish and a lot of difficulty. So it's, you know, it's an end to that. And look, it goes straight into this 10 of Cups. So it's an end to essentially everything she thinks and has thought was true. Last month it was coming through very strongly that, you know, the feminine, so to speak, thinks that she's so awakened, but she isn't. She hasn't been. Because there's always more awakened. There's always more to awaken to. It's almost like saying, I woke up yesterday morning, therefore I'm awakened. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's a constant process. So this feels like, you know, a big shift through on that feminine side, but it's out of her beliefs. And a lot of these beliefs have been based in spirituality, in the twin flame story, in all of this stuff. And it's not necessarily, it has been holding her back actually. And the message is that it's actually her own beliefs, her own thoughts, her own perspectives that are pinning her down and holding her back, not from other people. Though it may feel like it comes from other people. But like, as I said, it moves into this 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups is what she wants. Very related to this 4 of Wands. It's togetherness. It's living in the land we want to live in the way we want to live. The children are dancing. We're happy. It's emotional high points. Look at this rainbow, this symbol of hope. This that has kind of represented this symbol of hope in times going on right now. I just had a little bit of an insight there about that this is going to go on for a while. We might be looking back at this, in a few months' time and thinking, if only we knew. This is for the long haul. So get clear now about what you want and who you want to be with. And it really is about allowing the dream to come through. This is going to last, this whole situation is going to last, this global situation with the corona is going to last until we collectively, and everything that happens collectively happens individually, align with the highest expression of who we are, so to speak, and who we want to be with, who we want to be in relationship with, how we want to live. Again, there's lots of blue sky here and land. It's like living off the land. It is about falling in love with the earth, allowing the earth to sustain us and we sustain the earth, really falling in love with the land itself. Land is extremely valuable, and it's never been more valuable as it is now. To have a patch of earth that you can call yours, that you can feel safe on, so to speak. Appreciate that. Really, really, really appreciate that. There is a feeling of separation on this masculine feminine kind of thing. I just want to kind of say that. It does feel like it is quite separate. Second card for the masculine is the Hermit. So this is, going within, finding one's own light. And he is. He really is. He is taking this opportunity, and that masculine energy really needed to see itself, to know itself, to go within itself. So those masculine kind of ideas, ideologies, ways of living, all of that stuff. It is going within to know itself, to see itself, but to find its light, to find the light within, to bring that light out into the world. This is happening. And actually, it's interesting because I want to go straight on to the next card for the masculine, which is this 3 of Pentacles. And this is about building something great, building something of greatness. I really feel like this is connected to the Holy Trinity. This is about involving God in everything that we do. Doesn't matter what you call it, God, source, spirit, all that is the one, love. These are all words that feel true to me in terms of how to explain this energy. And it is about integrating that in with the masculine and the feminine, together working. And not just masculine and feminine, everybody working together to create something of glory together that's real. It's the Pentacles. It's real. And then to carry that further on to this Ace of Cups in love, in unconditional love, in holy love. This is this kind of chalice of feeling, the dove of peace. There are amazing, beautiful things happening here, but it does require that we shift out of our beliefs. Within this whole twin flame story, this is kind of like the best thing that could happen because it's really clarifying things, and the invitation is just to let everything go by seeing it. Especially on that feminine side. It's about seeing all the things that are potentially harmful, actually, that we may have been believing are good. Nothing will die that isn't needed. But as I said at the beginning, do not let anything die in vain. So we have to be present, conscious, and sensitive to what is dying, what is passing, what is moving through. It's not about being complacent with it. It's not about pretending it's not a big deal, because it is. Because in that process, then we learn, so to speak, what we need to learn from this death experience, from this completely transformational experience. But what I was going to say about this down here for the masculine is that this is about rebuilding or building something, but it is going to take time, but it's going to begin, so it will get better. On a very personal kind of interrelational stance in terms of masculine and feminine, he really does need space to find his own truth and his own light. And it really is this kind of idea that it's like, it's not even like God is calling you or the divine is calling you, because that's that kind of judgment energy. But it's more that we find, and he finds the God within, the light within. And then we can work together. So then there can be a focus of us working together in relationship, and then really truly catapulting us into this unconditional love experience. Love that just flows through the self that's open. This is the experience and understanding that love is, it's an individual experience that impacts the all. It's experience ourselves as one, as oneness. It's when we really allow love to become us, we kind of become this Ace of Cups. We then kind of become all things. And in that way, there's no, in that sense, there's no way we could ever harm anyone or anything. Because we become love. We become a vessel for love to move through. And this happens on that masculine side. He doesn't have a choice now. We don't have a choice. It's all done. Don't worry. It's all done. That's the kind of thing I want to say as well. There's literally, like, there's absolutely nothing to do right now. Really embrace this opportunity to do nothing. There is absolutely nothing whatsoever to do. Just let it all play out. Just let it all happen. Let it all happen. That's why, it's like, stay inside, be with yourself, just be. Don't try and work too hard. Don't try and hold on to things. It's not going to work. Like I said, we're in this for the long haul. This is going to be a long slog. The faster we can allow things to change, though, to step into the new world and start building it together in love, because this is what's happening, then the faster it will get good. The more we hold on to it, the slower it will be. I don't feel like, if you're watching this, and however you're perceiving this masculine, feminine, whoever's involved in this, I don't feel like there's a lot of resistance. Like I said, because this 10 kind of, it's like we're forced actually, but the feminine side specifically, she is forced to kind of end all of that stuff. Death is happening, it's a process, transformation is happening, so we don't really have a choice. But it does feel as though it gets embraced quite easily and quite quickly. So now we have this Knight of Cups, third card for the feminine. I just want to mention actually here before I move on. So when the feminine has this 10 of Cups, the masculine has the Hermit. It's, we're potentially kind of not on the same page, so to speak, in kind of where we're at in terms of masculine and feminine. Don't worry about that at all. And then it kind of switches. So the masculine's in this kind of, we're in this together. Let's create something. We'll see what's here in this card, because it does feel all quite like within, kind of still in this Hermit energy on that masculine side. But then when he's in that energy, the feminine's in this Knight of Cups, and it's saying, yes, kind of similar to the Ace of Cups, take your love out into the world, feel the wholeness of love. So the feminine is going to shift out of any kind of pain and suffering into this extremely powerful, whole, emotional experience. And it's so powerful, it's so whole, it's so complete that it then pushes her, so to speak, out into the world to share it with the world. That's the point. It's about her gift. but it's about her communicating her feelings in the moment as they arise. See how that death and that night, see how it's the same. It's moving into a new world, moving into a new space, a new experience, one within which she feels free to communicate how she feels. Yeah. And then the Queen of Cups matches up with that Ace of Cups absolutely perfectly. She is this feminine, unconditional love energy. She's anchoring it down into the earth. The Queen of Cups has this supersonic cup here. It's structure. It's creating a structure that's born of love, and it matches up with this Ace of Cups on the masculine side, and it's really amazing. It's really moving into love, and we again, as I said, there's nothing to do. Just let this happen. All we need to do is allow this to unfold. Do not touch it. It's all done. It's all already done. You've done the work. Nothing more to do. Wow. High Priestess. Whoa, here she is. She is the April card for my annual reading. Please do take a look at that. I'll put the link in the description. So for April, this High Priestess, high divine feminine energy is present. And this is interesting. Major Arcana, this is what the masculine has to offer the feminine. So he is really embracing and embodying this feminine energy. This is part of this masculine feminine merge, because the masculine is softening, so to speak, but it's more like, yes, it's kind of like, so like the masculine is softening. It's at the high priestess, divine feminine energy is this, like the light that first is a bit blinding, but then reveals and reveals and reveals, and it's where this love and this merge and this joining comes from. So she is making herself very present in that masculine experience. She is what the masculine has to give. Really powerful. She has insight. She has she's truth. She's insight. She's intuition. But intuition is too small a word. It's she's extremely powerful, and she has never existed in this way before. She is the biggest gift of what is going on now. And look at that, wonderful. Another 10, 3 10s on that feminine side. So this is going to feel full. April's going to feel full, especially for the feminine. So it might sometimes feel full of difficulty, feel full of emotional high points, and also kind of feel full materially. Financially, abundantly, but this is really about appreciation. So really be aware of the everything around. It's so interesting. So it's like when things can get bad, so to speak, but the equal and opposite that always exists within that are these two. But what I love is that both masculine and feminine completely are kind of out of the way, and God, so to speak, spirit, source, is able to use them. Everything is kind of being changed and transformed so that we can really all just get out of the way and allow love to do its work through us. And this is the biggest gift right now, and it's incredible. And both masculine and feminine are allowing it, so to speak. But I also, when I say that, I also feel as though it's kind of saying, well, they don't really have a choice. Love has forced us into this practical experience. Do not resist it. The root down here is the Ace of Swords, and the crown is the Page of Wands. So Ace of Swords is about clarity. The clarity is going to come deep from the ground, deep from the earth. It's like it's going to come up, piercing really kind of like up through us in a way. But it's crowned there with the Page of Wands. This is about shifting perspectives, the new world. This Page of Wands really is about, oh, what's this new world? It is about planning, it's about visioning, but it's soft. It doesn't really know. It comes from this place of not knowing, which is interesting because the Ace of Swords is about knowing, clarity, cutting through. But it's really this kind of life and victory that is occurring now through the other side of this death process, this transformation process. Do not resist this process of transformation. Do not hold on to things which do not serve you. I feel like there's a capacity much more on the feminine side than there is on the masculine side, because the masculine side doesn't seem to have so much resistance, because he's just more able. He has less beliefs. I've talked about this before, but he has less beliefs, therefore they're not, he doesn't need to let go of them, so to speak. But, you know, the feminine's in a great experience. There is nothing bad going on here. There is transformation, there is death, there is difficulty, but there is a new world and a new life that is being created through it. Much like, you know, the winter, when I've talked about this before, when trees lose their leaves, it's a natural process and it's a natural cycle. It's being sped up. There's a huge, this is the biggest gift that we are being given to transform. Do not, whatever you do not lose your opportunity here to transform. Let everything that has been die. Everything. Let it die. Move into the truth of now, this now moment. Hold it in your hands. Like, the energy, life exists in this kind of space, time space that we can hold. There's nothing else. Forget everything. Allow this death process to occur. Let go of jobs, let go of people, let go of ideas, let go of twin flame, let go of thoughts, let go of everything, let go of spirituality, let go of people you're following, let go of, just let go of it. Think about it, but just you don't need it. You don't need this. This is all about getting rid of things that you don't need and focusing, finding focus and truth, your awareness, your knowing. And then moving through this death process into a new physical experience, a new life, a new world which you get to create, but you must create it from scratch. And this is about us being together, but you don't get to tell life how you get to be together. Love will do it. Love will do it all. You don't have to do anything. You just have to align with love. And this is what everything I ever share is about. You in love. That's all life wants. And you will live the life of your dreams. And this is happening now. Outcome. Two of Wands. So this Page of Wands then kind of like invites this Two of Wands. This is about creating, visioning, again, this new world. A new world is being created, but we are doing it together. It might seem like we're separate. There may indeed be separation, but this is about a new world which you get to create. Do not forget that. But we must let the old world die. We must go through this process. You must let the whole relationship die, everything. But you've got to understand that it's in your head. We don't have to let the people go. Love will decide. Love knows who you should and shouldn't be with. It is not up to us to decide. So let go of that. You don't need to, you're not in control of that. This is about us being together, but it's about you finding your vision first. You getting out of the way and allowing yourself to be the love's puppet, so to speak. Not love's puppet, but love's artist. You are the artist. Love is your fuel, the paint. And you are the artist. Or love is the artist and you are the paint, rather. So this is about create you owning your part in this new world, and you embracing a new world and holding on to it in kind of separation, right? But we are together. It is happening together, but we must have our own solid feet on the ground, knowing, solidarity, holding the world in our hands, understanding that we have responsibility. We have a responsibility, but the only responsibility you have is to be you, to sing your unique song, to allow love to use you to be you in the world. And this is what is happening now on the highest, grandest scale. And you are here to lead the way, to forge the path, two-way show. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching this. It is no coincidence. If you've gotten this far to the end of this reading, you may have been following me for years, since the beginning. You may have only just found me. This may be the first time you've seen this. Get on and into my online community, because this is for you. This is what these cards are saying. This is about us coming together in community, or being a touchstone. This work, these cards, everything that's here shared is that touchstone. So you can just connect with that energy, with that vibration. And channeled information is extremely important right now, more than ever, because things get confusing. And the clarity comes from deep, 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 deep within. And it's very difficult for people to find that. So this is the gift. You're here, you're receiving. And it's here for you freely. You just had to find it, and you have. So this is the time where we have to commit. You must commit to love, but you've got to know that living in relationship, in love, is not about living the life that essentially you get to choose. You do get to choose and envision and create, but only after all has been surrendered. And this is why this collective group world experience right now, or wherever you are, within your household, within your town, within your village, within your city, within your country, it's happening to reveal this incredible world where we can all be who we are and step out of the habits, the systems, the unconsciousness, and the things that just haven't been working for ourselves. It's not about projecting it out onto other people. It's not about blaming governments or blaming countries or even blaming viruses. It's about taking personal responsibility, understanding that every single action you do, your breath, your being alive, your breathing, can impact thousands to millions of people. It does every single day. Do not take it for granted. You are powerful. You are here for a reason. The link's below. Join me in my online community. It's the Higher Love channel, where every day, or 6 days a week, you get to tune into this energy. Every day you get a meditation, and you can be in this. It's about committing. It's about committing. It's not about just sitting at home watching social media, watching things, It's not about being passive right now. It is about absolutely surrendering and relaxing, but that's actually what's going to take more effort. We've got to commit to the world we want to live in. You have to commit to the world you want to live in, and this is the time. It is now. The faster you do it, the better it's going to get, quick. So however that manifests, whatever your intuition tells you should do today, do it. Just take that action and commit because that's what makes the difference. And in the 5 years I've been doing this, that's genuinely what makes the difference. And you can trust these cards. These cards are solid. And it's why I keep doing it. They are just the biggest gift. I don't know how, I don't know why, but they are. And they exist because of you. This exists because of you. Do not underestimate the power of you. Lots and lots and lots of truest, highest love. And I'll see you, hopefully I'll see you over on the High Love channel. Click the link. See you there. Let's go.